My objective understanding of the general state of the city as a new mayor and council are due to be taking office next week. So let's talk first about transit. Significant work is underway to maintain and improve the TTC transit system. I think you know a number of the measures that Mr. Byford has shared with you and others. Continued rollout of the Rocket subway cars, phasing in of the new streetcars with the first low-floor accessible streetcar introduced into service in August, acceleration of the Wi-Fi installation at subway stations, and something that I think is, perhaps a smaller item, but I believe symbolic, and I raised it during the election campaign, something as simple but I think as important as the ability of all subway stations to accept debit and credit as a method of fare purchase. And I think this would be something that to me is more of a sign of moving the transit system forward as quickly as possible to implement things like this. With respect to other transit initiatives, I can only say that work continues as planned on all LRT projects, I'm informed, and on the Scarborough subway, and that as we've discussed previously between myself and the media, work on Smart Track detailed analysis has begun on a number of fronts. But despite these advancements, transit financing, both capital and operating, continues to be a huge problem. And, when you sit back and sort of try to figure out why it is a huge problem, there certainly is no question in my mind after all these discussions and meetings that I've had that those issues, the issue of capital and operating funding for transit, has not been the subject of any kind of consistent dialogue for the past number of years between the city and the other levels of government, including in particular the provincial government. And I intend to begin addressing this issue of a proper, serious, direct dialogue on the transit financing issue with both of those governments in the period of time very soon after I take office.